And there we are. We are live. So welcome.
Hello.
And how is everyone doing today? This is Dr. Thomas, and we have Deanna here, and we are glad that you're here. Feel free, those that are on, feel free to say hi in the chat, and we'll see it, and we would go from there. But Deanna, how are you today?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm looking forward to all the new beginnings that are coming. We're almost at the end of the year, so it's an exciting time. How are you?
Oh, just wonderful. I'm letting you talk a little bit here.
Letting me talk. Okay. Um, well, we're rolling into the end of the year. So we're looking at the end of holiday season in general. We're looking in the beginning of the new year. We're looking into the days are starting to get longer. Even if we can't see it yet, we know that it's happening. And this is a good time to talk about that and to talk about, what are we bringing forward and what are we leaving behind us? Are we going to drag a lot of unnecessary things into our future, or are we just going to let go of the things that no longer serve us? And in so doing, how do you do that? How do you let go of the things that you feel that you need that may only be holding you back? So this is a perfect time to discuss stuff like that as we're looking forward into being ready to make that leap into the new and the uncharted and the exciting. So I'm glad everybody's here and watching, whether you're watching live or you're watching it on replay. Um, Looking forward to a good conversation tonight with everyone. Um, so yeah, ask questions if you need to. Dr. Thomas, you can see the questions where I can't, so you'll be the one that'll have to read them. And yeah, we're looking forward to just having a nice talk and getting ready for whatever the new things are that are coming.
Yes, and so why don't you tell a little bit about yourself?
Sure. My name is Deanna, and I am an energy therapist, meaning that I use several different types of energy work in order to help people come into who they really are and to really make the connection with what it is that their soul needs. And I'm a psychic and a medium, and I do tarot card readings. And mostly I am a healer, and that's my job is to work with spirit to help you get to where you need to be and to help you make those connections and to help you in that whole healing process. And Dr. Thomas and I have been working together now for over a year, I think, at this point, kind of helping to bring all of this to awareness. So that's me in a nutshell.
Oh, perfect. And so I know we have a couple people watching, and one person said hello. I don't know what your first name is, but hello. We say hi back. Uh, for those aren't fully aware who I am, I'm Dr. Thomas. I've been on this journey. Really can't say for how long because it's not fair, uh, but really developing this and making this my choice um, for wow, it's been almost 6 years now. Um, but really, just it's a slow path as we get to this point. So it's Cassie. Hi, Cassie. Welcome. Uh, but it's a journey about where we're at today and where we're going. And so I want to start with this because that's what we are going to start with. It's not a choice. Because you know how I work. So yes, whoever you are, whatever you're doing, just take a deep breath in and sigh it out. Know that you're on this journey because you've chosen it. And understand this is a journey of a form of enlightenment which you do not fully grasp the concept. Enlightenment isn't, oh, I'm this guru saying all this good stuff. No. Because most people that think they're enlightened think that they are at the top and they know everything they need to know. what we want to do and express with you tonight and as we go forward is this idea of enlightenment is that you yourself understand you are on a journey of love and self-discovery, a journey of multiple truths. And every step you take, everyone you talk to, everywhere you go, to be enlightened means you're open to the truths that are around you that you have not yet discovered. And that you understand there are many truths that are there. And every day you go, every day you be, you're learning and you're becoming more of your true self. And when you can sit there and be open to others, understanding, letting them reflect on their own ideas, you can be open to them and take the truth out of it that resonate with you and not argue and discuss and how one is better than the other because they're not, but rather take from that and say, oh my goodness, this is how it fits into my truths. If it does, or if it doesn't, it's okay. But knowing you're always growing, that is what this is. And as you go through your path, as you go through this path, you are always adding to it that which serves your highest good and your truths. And as you learn and grow, you're letting go that which no longer serves you. So what you believe one day as a truth that you might be wholeheartedly, this is your truth, the next day you might learn is not the truth for you. And we start with that for a reason. Because that is what we are in. We do something similar every year, but we're doing it this year a little differently. We're doing it this way. Because you are truly enlightened. And he does not like this word, but you are truly enlightened. And we want to help you be that way by adding and letting go. And that is the time you are in. Now, you think this is the start of a new year. So since you think it, we must anticipate it. So that's where we start with. The start of the new year. Now, we always use the lovely, we'll call it the metaphor of Santa Claus. And every year he's got a sack of presents in his bag. And he places them under the tree. And every year we say this. So we said it a little differently to start off with, but now we're going to bring it back together. Take that sack. Take the gifts that Santa Claus left you under the tree. And fill the sack with the good things that were left to you. And leave all the crap under the tree or in the garbage can and in 2025. And you only take that which is for your highest and greatest good. But what I see all the time, what is seen all the time when I see this every day, multiple times, you see the meme come across the screen, 2025 was a bleep show. Oh, it's burning, it's burning. You know what? I've seen this for the past 10 years. Every single year at this time, everyone puts up posts, 2020 whatever was the worst. Next year's got to be better. Oh my goodness. All right, we know what 2020 was, but even 2020 was a year of enlightenment, a year of spiritual growth for so many. In 2020, we had a clearer sky. We had a change in thought and philosophy. We had a change in how we live for the better. The problem is we fill the sack with shit and leave the presents under the tree. And then we go to the next year with the presents in 2025 and the crap that we carried with us over to 2026. And so what we need to do is leave the crap under the tree in the garbage can and fill the sack up with all the gifts that we have and all the blessings we've had for this past year and move forward. Because I guarantee you this, no matter what you think, no matter what has happened to you this year. How you look back at it dictates fully how you move forward. And we'll give you an example. I'll give you an example with this. If something negative happened in your life, the simplest response, and I know people think it's a cop-out, we're going to tell you this is the simplest response, and it's tough to see right away. But when you're able to separate yourself and look back at anything that happened this past year, you can always find the silver lining. You can always find the lesson you learned and how you can move forward from it. And that's the key. We go back to me, and I've shared this many times. Think about no one wants to go through a divorce or all that stuff. When I think of that and all that happened, I call it a blessing. And I think of it in that manner. So I move forward. And you know what? We actually had a counseling session for our one daughter this week. And it was phenomenal how we both talked so positively about each other in front of the therapist. And nothing was fake. It was all genuine and truth. And we're able to do that because of how we reflect and how we think back and how the past was. Yes, we aren't compatible. Yes, we shouldn't be married right now. We're not for that. But we both look back and say, that brought us to where we are today. And I choose how to move forward from this point. Thinking of, yes, the blessings that were there, and those blessings are coming with me, and all the crap that happened, I don't give two bleeps about because it's not worth it anymore. And so that is what enlightenment is. Do you see how this come together? That is what enlightenment is. It's the ability to understand where you're at in your journey, and that there are truths around you, and you pick and choose those truths. And if they resonate with you, and you're always open to learning and growth, and if you go forward with that love and light, and you carry that with you, that is what will come forward with you in the next year. And all the old stuff, the crappy stuff, basically gets forgotten and left under the tree and thrown out. That's what this is all about. And we call it the new year, so let's just do it at the new year time. But it can be done anytime, and it should be done anytime. But I'm going to stop talking here because I have so much more to say. But Deanna, this is how it goes. I talk forever. Deanna gets 2 minutes. I talk forever. She gets 2 minutes.
Well, if I may jump in, I think another part of enlightenment. You broached a lot of different areas we could talk into, but when I'm thinking specifically about enlightenment and the moving forward, it's a matter of rebecoming who you are. There's a big part of ourselves that we leave scattered. Bringing all that back together makes us whole. Bringing who we are forward, letting go of preconceived ideas, things that we think we should be, ways that we think we should be acting. Shoulds don't count. It's who you are. That's the only thing you need to do. And as you move forward and letting go of those extra baggages that we carry, that we judge ourselves on, your enlightenment grows. You become lighter, right? You're lighter because you're not carrying so many burdens. And you can put that into the word enlightenment. And you're absolutely right. It doesn't matter what time of the year we do this. We do this now because traditionally, or however you want to look at it, it's a new beginning. The calendar is starting over again. Therefore, it's a chance to restart things. You can do this every day. You can wake up every morning and choose to move forward and not backwards, or even just to move forward and not stand still. You can choose that. It is not, you don't have to carry everything. You don't have to bring all of the crap with you if you don't want to. It is always a choice. And finding the silver linings and finding the learning and the positive within the things that are perceived as negative. We all have trauma, we all have tragedy, we all have sadness, right? Those are just parts of the human condition. We can't get away from that. But what we can do is we can take the parts of it that teaches us something, and we can bring that forward with us. We can heal the pain and take forward the positive aspects. And people will say, well, what do you mean somebody I love died? How can that possibly be positive? Well, what did you bring out of it later? Did you bring something forward? Did you learn how to reconnect with somebody? Did you learn how to soothe your own emotions? Or Dr. Thomas, you're laughing a little bit at that, but
Well, I went to a funeral. I went to a service,
mm,
what, 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
I literally walked in there and I was hit. And there was a party going on. There was, I can't tell you what was happening except for there was a party going on. Everyone in the spiritual realm that was there was partying.
Mhm.
And I went up to my friend that was there, and her sister and her sister and her mom, and it was her dad that passed. And I mean, it was kind of weird me smiling with, but I had to tell him it's a party. He's partying right now, and he is, and they could feel it, and they were able to feel the energy from all that, um, because it's the way it is. We wear black to funerals because it's a tradition, but the reality is you should be wearing colors and light and celebrating the life. And you mentioned seeing the silver linings. You mentioned all that. It's very tough,
Mhm.
especially when you lose a loved one, and no matter what age they're at. And what we always try to look for in most cases is the big, what's this big booming plus yay that I got. You're never going to see it. You will never see that until you first start by seeing the little. Because we want the big, but the big only comes when we're ready. And so, a couple of things that I've learned, and I even learned one the other day, almost a week ago. I learned this. But one thing I share with people to do. It's as simple as it is. Before you go to bed or when you wake up, write down anything that went well for you, anything that you manifested, anything that was good. You just write that down. And it can be as simple as I had an amazing cup of coffee. I know I'll never write that down because I don't like coffee. But it could be you had a good cup of coffee. You slept well. You got your favorite parking spot. Whatever it is. Once you start seeing the little things, you say, oh, this thing happened, this good thing happened, this good thing happened. The next day, you might see one or two more things. Then you're going to see a little bigger thing. Then you're going to see a bigger thing. And why? Because you are focusing on the good that's going on around you. It's the same with this whole Santa with the sack, with the enlightenment. When you focus on, oh, this is what I'm going to put in my bag for today. This is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to be. And you're focusing on that love and light and the good. Then it becomes more apparent and more obvious because you're looking at that and you're looking for that and you're going to see it. Most people are focused on what they expect. And if they expect this big blue car, well, they're going to miss the red convertible that comes. It's even better. Or they're only looking for this one type of job or this one person. That's all they're going to look for, and they won't see everything else. Or they'll see all the things that go along with it, but not what they want. And so the simplest thing to start and to bring it into this new year is really, and I do this before I go to bed. You can do it when you wake up, but typically I find there's more time in the evening than in the morning to do things. Make a list of like 3 or 4 things. Hey, today, what are the positive things that happened today? And start identifying them. And what I really loved, I heard that someone was told to do for the past like 10 days, was look back at every month of the year. Maybe it's a great exercise to do even over the next few days. Think about what happened in January of last year. And think about the good things that happened. And now all of a sudden associate January with these good things. Then go back to February. If you need to, go back to Facebook. What happened to you in February? Look at February and say, what are the good things that happened in February? And write them down. Then go to March and go through that whole year like that. Because now, guess what you're doing? You're making 2025 a year of all these great things that happened to you. And you're going to remember those because those are the last things you're writing down as you start 2026 about that year. And so you're going to, now when you think about January, last January, oh, I had this, and this happened. Look at that. Last November, this happened. Last December, this happened. And you're going to associate with the good things. And then you're only going to carry the good things back with you. And you can do that every month. What are the great things that happened this month? And you'll move forward in the next month with, these are the things that happened. And trust me, I've had months that were freaking. There's months I don't talk about. I've had things, I don't talk about. If I stand back and see the big picture and I put them all together, I'm like, this all happened for a reason because I had to break a pattern. And the last year was, oh my goodness, everything that happened that last time that month happened, you can't understand what happened without me going through a whole dissertation and explaining how all the metaphysical stuff that happened that month. But as I stand back there, I went through all of that to get this amazing jump and understanding of who I was. Living it was pain in the butt, but I don't think of that month as negative. I think of it as, oh my goodness, these are the beautiful things that happened and brought me to where I am today. And so that's so important. And that's just a tip, trick, because we're ending this year. Now the growth is happening soon. This is the beginning of the winter time. This is when we start seeing the light happen. This is when you really want to, which is very important because it started really December 21st. It's really important for this time to clear and move forward in the right way. And let me explain it why now. We're going to explain it why right now. Because you do live in a cycle. And we are beginning the hibernation of the cycle. But it is during this time that it is critical that you hibernate and begin to set the tone for the next year. This is why it's so big to let it go, that which you don't want, and bring forth that which you think you want. And you want to bring forth those positive thoughts. You want to bring forth those positive things that happen, because this is that hibernation time. Where by thinking of those things, they're going to start stirring up and they're going to start building. Because once we hit that growth period, that beginning of the planning season in a month or two, whatever you've been working on in the hibernation, whatever you started building now, start thinking about those thoughts, whatever you carried over, that's going to be the momentum, that's going to be the energy for the planting of what you want for the year. People make their New Year resolutions, and this is not resolution time. This is the clearing and the reflecting with the positivity, resetting the mind frame, resetting how you think time. Because this is what happens here. He went into a meditation today. And he did not get what he thought he would get. He got something else. But you know what he got? He got a lot of good thoughts. Because he can now talk to you about the fact that he had good thoughts, and the good thoughts are what he's bringing forward. And so he's saying to you, it's important for now, for your own thinking, where you are in this whole planet and within the change of the seasons that we're in, to go into the hibernation or the cleansing period, where you get rid of and release all the shit, and you carry over that which is important and good. So no more time is now than present to write down those good things, to reflect on how the months went, to reflect on the good things that happened in this day, because then you'll be all charged and ready to go when the planting season starts. Does that make sense? Anybody have any questions, thoughts? Trevor, welcome. I know they got a few of us on here right now, but if you have any questions or thoughts, feel free to put them in the link, whether it's live or if you want to put it on the replay. We'll get back to it there. Cassidy shared that she's been using a new app called Gratitude Plus, and she's trying to write three positive things or write three things every day. I'm hoping they're positive things. Uh, that's a great thing. I mean, three things of gratitude that you're thankful for is wonderful. I would truly add to it three things of blessings that happened to you. Just add with it that little nuance of a thing, because once again, like I said, I've never. Let me be very clear. I've never said any of this before in my life. All I need to share with you, like I said, and when I channel it out, it just comes. I don't know what I'm going to say. I rarely have ideas, and I've never thought of it that way. But it's time to think of it that way, because it really is. I love that. It's a time to cleanse, because we're going into a little hibernation. And if you're sleeping, I'm going to call it sleeping, but hibernating or relaxing with the positive things, you're building up this positivity. You're building up this whole positive. Oh, sorry. Like your coffee mug, whatever you coffee drinkers, your coffee mug is being filled with positive coffee. Your sack is being filled with positive things. And then you can go off and take the things out of the sack and use them. And you'll see the blessings, and they're just going to grow. I'm telling you right now, I can see it. I can see the growth happening this way. It's like, it's cool because it's, yes, happening within people. It's like a buildup of these beautiful energetic colors that when you have it on there, it's just going to emit and go forward. And you'll see a lot of little things happen in the positivity because we don't stop our life. We keep it going. But you'll see when the planting season comes, so much easier to really manifest that which you want. Trevor wrote, all very true. A lot of stuff happened. Looking forward to moving forward and shedding the old self. Going through a major ego death right now. Ego death. Yeah, ego death. Woo, ya doroshiti kianda karashita bayara takare doroshiti bayara shitianda karadoroshiti basharati yanda kafubasha shataki You can talk. I'm just gonna go into this whatever they want are doing. Yeah,
I want to add to what you were saying about kind of going to ground and preparing for the planting season. It's reminiscent of the cicada who's underground for almost 2 decades, or the caterpillar who has to go into the cocoon before it can change into the butterfly. And we are natural beings. We are part of nature, and not just our physical bodies, but our light bodies, our spiritual energy, however you want to define it, it is the same process of letting go so that the new can come in. And that's exactly what we're talking about when we talk about, people making the resolutions or doing, letting go of the old, bringing in the new year. All of this whole concept is all related to making room for the next big thing for yourself, making room for the next learning, the next growing, the next changing into closer to who you really are on a spirit level. And I was just talking to somebody yesterday about this, where, there's this big push with all of this kind of metaphysical and new age, or however you want to phrase all of the stuff. But what I'm seeing is more of a movement towards the healing and the growing more than the tools. It's almost as if we've been using the tools and now we're outgrowing the tools. And we're all at different places. We're all in different stages of our journeys. So I use tools sometimes. But the point is that as we move forward, we're ascending into this new place. And every time we take the time to go to ground, whether it's December 31st, whether it's the middle of August, whenever, it allows us a chance to get ready and prepare for the next thing. So winter as a natural cycle is a time for animals to hibernate, for animals in nature to rest, go to ground, just be without anything else, just be and allow the old to come up. And if we as natural creatures can remember to do that as well, we can change, we can evolve, we can move into who it is that we're meant to be, that we already are, that we just have to remember.
So
So mhm.
I just post up there, think about what Deanna just said, because a beautiful thing and so spot on, something we miss so often. We outgrow the tools. We outgrow the tools. That is a concept that's very, very hard for many people that are spiritual to understand. It's very hard for many people that are spiritual to understand. Think about the world and how many religious people there are out there, whether you call them religious or spiritual. Think about that. And they stop with the tools they have, thinking those are the tools. But those are the tools for that moment. I mean, without going into a whole conversation about healing, but I know for a fact a year and a half ago you would have laughed if I told you everything that you'd be doing right now.
Me or
Yes, you.
oh,
You.
heck yeah. Oh, I agree with you 100%.
You
I
never
was,
thought you'd be doing any
yeah.
of this. Or a whole brand new healing that nobody's ever heard about, which you still don't understand how it works. But it's okay. It's a tool that you haven't outgrown yet because you're still growing into it.
Right.
And that's where we're at. That's the time period we're in. We're in like time period 0. Maybe a little past 0 now, but we're in the first couple years of the new shift that when, couple hundred years from now, they'll be calling this 0, not 2025. This would be like 5 or 6 or -4, whatever you want to do it, because this is what the start time period is going to be now in the future. And so we're here in a shift where all the tools are changing. I mean, and how I channel is not supposed to be how I channel and how I do healings and all this stuff. It's not how it's done. Or not how it's supposed to be done. How many times you get lectured by other people? That's not how you do the healing.
Yeah.
You know how many times you get lectured about do it the right way, Thomas. I'm like, no, I'm doing it the way that I've grown into and I've
Right.
outgrown. But that's a whole other thing. It is. And Lisa, welcome. Um, Cassie said one question. I think we'll tackle this before we get into a little healing. This is a very tough one. And it's not just about this, but she goes, how did you stay positive and see the light when you were going through your divorce or other dark times?
That's a good question. That's something that I think takes practice and grace to yourself. I think you need to try to remember there is going to be a moment in a day where it feels lighter. And those moments will increase over time as you allow yourself to go through the grieving process or whatever it is that's causing you to feel that way. But you have to look for the little moments, because I 100% guarantee you that they're going to be there. And those are the little moments that you write down. It was maybe you had a really sucky day, but you saw something pretty outside. Then write that down, save that, hold on to that, and remind yourself that there is something. I read a book once when I was probably in, I don't know, 7th or 8th grade. And one thing that stood out for me in that book was that, it was one of those tragic kids are dying kind of a thing, just like one of those really sad stories. But somebody in there said, no matter what, the sun always comes up yellow. And yeah, that sounds cliche. Yeah, that sounds like something anyone would say. But when you really think about a thought like that, what it's telling you is that those moments of healing, those moments of being away from whatever burden you're carrying are there. You have to allow yourself to see them, and you have to give yourself the grace to mourn and to work through whatever it is that you're going through, whether it's a divorce, whether it's a loss, no matter what it is. Give yourself grace to feel the feeling, and then allow yourself to recognize, even for just a fleeting moment, when something good goes by, it will go by. You will see something every day, and that builds. So that's my roundabout answer for that. Dr. Thomas, do you have another response?
You have to go through it first. We Your journey is to go through it. These big moments in your life are not meant to be glanced. They're meant to be learned from. And so when you are going through those times, it is your opportunity to increase your vibration, frequency, and what we'll say is your balance. So when you go through it the first time, when he went through his, and then he went through other things that went along, it wasn't easy at first. There were some very tough conversations, tough things to do. Now we fast forward to now. It's a whole lot easier. But it's because of the perspective I took on it all. I stopped sitting on the kitchen floor saying, "Why me?" And instead, I lay down with my eye mask on. What do I need to learn? And trust me, I'm like, I don't want to freaking learn this lesson right now. I want this instead. But I always know, what is it I need to learn? I know I need to learn that. I know I can't jump 5 rungs on the ladder at a time. I've got to go one at a time. Okay? Trust me, I know. But it's gotten a lot easier because I don't see any of that has happened in the negative. I really don't. Even when I broke my toe, it's a positive story. I overcame things. When I lost my job, oh my goodness, the timing couldn't have been any better. When I got this house, how I got this, how I got that, oh my goodness. There were always moments before that, and as I went along, it got easier and easier to say, this is a tough moment. But I know around the corner it's going to be great. I just got to get through. And so I often talk about our baseline. Everyone says baseline, shadow self, ego. We hit ego there already. Shadow self and ego. We talk about that. We are 95% positive love, light, 5% or less of that ego shadow self. That's how it should be. But everyone's like, oh, ego and so on, all that shadow and light should be like 50-50. No, it's not. That's not balance. That's just what we were told to let us just be able to learn to suffer. What it really is 95 and 5%. So here's a baseline for a normal person. Now those are really negative down here. But when you start going through these moments, and then you start looking back at them in a positive way, you start raising your frequency and vibration, you're raising that balance where it's closer to be where it should be, all of a sudden your baseline's up here. Yes, there will be tough times. They happen. We always are going to wave and flow. But if the baseline's here, you're not going all the way down here. You're going up and a little bit here. And even when you're going a little bit below that baseline of where your new baseline is, it's still way above where it was before. So it's much easier to manage any of those big catastrophes, any of those issues, anything that go on. So as you're in them, it's tough. More than anything I can say is you need to understand that around the corner is something beautiful and amazing if you are seeing the good things in your life. If you can see the good things in your life, the unexpected will be there for you. But it's tough when you're in there. Very tough when you're in there. That's when you might need to rely on people to help boost you up from here and there. Talk to people that are going to boost you up. There is no right answer because only you can make those choices in your life. But when it's all said and done and you pass it, that's when it becomes important. As in right now, rewrite the narrative to see the positive in the narrative. That is the key. And I love, so Lisa, I assume this is your name, Lisa, that wrote, "Life is happening for you." Is happening for you, not to you. And I love this because the book I'm coming up with next is, it's not about you, it's for you. And so I had to, because it's 100% correct. It's not about you. This is all for you. And so I can't agree with that statement anymore. Every moment you're in and how you react to it becomes extremely important to all of that. How you react.
You create your own reality by how you react to the things around you. So your perception drives your reality. So if you make the choice to react in a negative way, your reality becomes that. If you make a choice to react in a positive way, that becomes your reality. And the whole thing is a matter of choice. So you choose the one that feels the best. And there are people who live in a state of negativity. There are people who live in a state of lack. I don't have this, I don't have that, whatever. Yeah, but how about if you look at what you do have? Or how about if you look at things with a different perception? And that can help us, like you're saying, get through the rough times as well. Because we can say, yeah, this really sucks right now, but I know that there's going to be something better. And that then becomes your reality. So keeping that in mind too, as you move forward into things, as you experience all the things that we're here to experience and feel all the things that we're here to feel and grow in the way that we're meant to grow.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Can you see the comments I posted up?
Yeah, but not without leaning way forward and squinting.
Right. No, I mean, she's
learn to respond and not react. That
right.
is absolutely what yes, 100%.
And so then I just put up, yes, and that's huge because the only thing you control in this life is how you react to anything.
Right. And
you have no control over anything else.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And that is the whole key to finding yourself in a successful or a happy or a fulfilled life is how you react.
Right. Well, and Lisa then shared this. I mean, she's basically hitting here on the, which I love, the aspects of being so what? It's not what we're talking about today, but the one thing that I do, we do a lot for our teaching is helping people understand that they are all masters. We are all master. And this part of the transition period that we're in is about helping us understand how we are masters and living like the masters did. The masters, Yeshua, the Buddha, Dalai Lama, all that. Many of the masters that came into this world. And the first aspect that they all have together is peace. They find peace in every situation. The second one is right here. We observe. And then we act with compassion. It's the same thing as what we just said there. And then you pause, take that breath, and think before you do anything. It's that observing. You come in with peace, which is that baseline. Our ultimate baseline of love is peace. You observe, and then you act with compassion instead of reacting. The next two, the third one is you surround yourself in this love and this light, this positive love and light. Once you understand how the physics of it all works, you surround yourself in this big bubble of positive white light. People always think about putting up protection. No, it's not. It's the exact opposite of that. It is a positive white light that you put yourself around. And the last one is the toughest one for people to do, is you speak well of others. Goes back to the positive thought. You speak positively and well of others. It emulates this what you bring forth. But with all that, unless anybody has any other question, I think we'll do a quick little meditation healing. And Deanna, if you want to just start it off, and then I'll just, you can hold the space, and I'll just, whatever they have come and do.
Okay. I invite you, if you're watching this, whether you're watching it live, whether you're watching it on replay, either way, it's going to work for you. Have yourself in a comfortable position. Put your body in a position that is comfortable for you. And close your eyes and take a couple of nice breaths. Nice breath in. Nice breath out. Feel the warm light as it comes from above on your shoulders. It's moving down your body, down your legs, to the ground. Breathe in, and when you breathe in, bring it up that strength, bring up that power from Mother Gaia as she holds you in your roots. Feel yourself how you're rooted to Mother Gaia, but yet the sun is shining. You're feeling good. Just close your eyes and receive. We're going to send you some healing. We're going to send you some energy right now. Close your eyes and receive it.
Let it go. There is nothing you need to burden. Take that worry and turn it into mindfulness. When we are mindful, we're able to step back and see that which is happening. When we are mindful, we come across it from peace. And we have those together. We then act in a calmer manner, in a state that allows us to create and find solutions and paths that are often hidden and missed. And when we step on that path, we will feel lighter. We will see brighter colors. The flowers will be blooming. And the more you notice them, the more and more they grow. And the more the colors come. And the fragrances are beautiful smelling. But it all starts at the beginning. With a peace. With a mindfulness. Understanding how blessed you are. And I thank you. That puts you on that path. To see all that is in front of you. Release. And pick the flowers. They will bloom in your hand. Because you can't expect how it will happen. Pariorata kara no mayata kashrotia na kufumba. Pariarosha komiana korata shati. Hima no nakiarto fumbashira da. Yanada karashutu. This is not about you, but this expression is for you. Always with love and light, we say to you good night. So we're back. Guys, thank you so much for sticking with us. Our goal is to do this more often as we start off with the new year. But if you have any questions, feel free to uh, subscribe, follow us. Our information should be around somewhere. But we're going to figure out the best way for us to go forward and move forward with all of this.
Yeah.
But yes. So thank you. Have a wonderful evening and blessings to you all. Now,